Remember that schmuck named Sparta3G made a video that the series is ending? Ha! He's wrong all this time! Screw him! Boo this man! This is the chapter that has finally told me a couple of things. One is to drop the thought of a dream sequence theory, even though I didn't really buy into it. Second is to laugh at myself, ha 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 ha, for the news of the climax means ending, though truthfully, I had doubts to begin with. Third, lastly, and most importantly, this is not an epilogue. Again, not an epilogue. It is a new arc, or a second half of the arc, however you like to see it. I am really shocked. Well, actually really shocked that this series isn't ending just yet. That said, I couldn't be any happier. Sorochi has once again impressed me with a new twist, and I believe it could be the best course of direction to end with. This is the first chapter, after the time skip that doesn't focus on Shinpachi and his groovy adventure. It's the first chapter with Gintoki as the main focus, as well as diving into deeper topic that clarifies that there are things that have yet to be answered. This chapter solidified my trust with the gorilla on not just delivering a part 2 vibe with the time skip and all, but deliver a solid conclusion that we deserve. Maybe even more than we are expecting. The chapter starts with an emotional sequence with Gintoki slowly walks down with a memory that clouds his mind with sadness. It's such a heartfelt silent scene that speaks so much words on his feelings with his past. Undoubtedly, he is haunted by his past with all the good feel moments with his old friends and classmates. I love how his young self just walks down the paveway with different scenery of his found memory the further he walks down. The part that hits me hard is when he saw Shoyo from a short distance in which invoked him to try to reach to him. Whether he was ready to run after him or not, it addressed his thoughts clearly. He cherished and missed Shoyo. It reverts back to the present and Gintoki is finally shown. Even with a familiar face, there's an aura of maturity. Yet the past continues to circulate. It's a sorrowful moment that only told me that he has yet received the closure he truly deserved. In the last part of the war, he was chasing Usono like he wanted to save him. He needs to settle for good, or else he may never move on from his nightmare. After the scene, Tatsuki and Gintoki have reunited after 2 years, though not without inputting more questions for the audience. First of all, I really admire Tatsuki to keep his words and make it great for Oboro. The man of his words indeed. The only problem is that there's only one. Where's one for Usono? This is where it becomes rather chilly because of how ominous Tatsuki was portraying here. The war has ended 2 years ago. His job here is technically done. That's not how he really sees it. At this point, I was beginning to think, are we getting a new arc? To my surprise, we even have Tatsuki versus Gintoki round 2 because it was a masterpiece the first time around. It's not a real round 2, but it's a really great treat to see another skirmish between the two once more. As short it was in compare, it still presented a really good choreograph. What's also captivating is the beginning of Gintoki's 2-year plan in question. What is his life purpose after splitting from Yorozuya? Is it truly over for them? Nothing is forever, but was it really that time to say farewell to the beloved family? There are a couple of shocking theories or revelation in this chapter that reinforce a new arc idea. Gintoki is perhaps searching for Usono, which pretty much said that he is not dead. That's quite shocking to hear because I at least believe the series is closing after his demise in the war. The other shock, in which somewhat was expected but didn't think it would happen this way, is Tatsuki is now semi-immortal. That's why he didn't die. He was supposed to die, but he recovered thanks to Tendo Show. However, the follow-up to that is what got me very curious. Before diving into that topic, backcountry polices show up to ruin the battle and prevent a clearer agenda reveal of Tatsuki's newfound power. As stated a long time ago, Gintoki moves forward, but lack of closure haunts his mind, and Tatsuki is stranded by the past that wants to be cleansed by his own hands. They are night and day differences, and it's just the way they are. However, I really wonder what happened to Keitai. In this chapter, we got 3 characters making a return debut in which all of them are in top 5 popular characters. I guess you could say this is the chapter that fans will go wild for. The third one is none other than Hijikata, now taking over a smaller division. It all comes down to looking the same, yet have a different aura around them. It must be those new clothes and status behind them that feels different. So that would mean the 2 bitter friends will interact like friendly people, right? Nope. These 2 still could get on their nerve, and it's hilarious to see them arguing as usual. Gintoki was so lazy to come up with an excuse that he is willing to submit to pledge guilty on conspiring world destruction. Our war hero, everyone! I guess it is a pain in the ass to be investigators that you prefer to serve prison right away. I will keep that in mind. It's historical that he even snuck in an assault on Hijikata's position. The guy can catch a break. I don't know how Gintoki does it, but he managed to flip the table and make Hijikata the villain around here. That single page of comedy got me rolling as much as a full chapter worth. Those 2 are always fun to watch interact, arguably the best chemistry. Never get old, my friends. Never get old. It does shift back to a serious note with even bigger revelation than the previous moments. It is still unclear on Gintoki's goal that separated Yorozuya, so I suppose we have to wait a little while to learn his agenda. That said, the real shock comes from Hijikata, that practically not only dropped the bomb, but ignited a set of logs that reads, "This is not an epilogue." I gotta say, the build-up to the reveal have me unnerving because I honestly didn't know what's going on anymore by that point. Takasuki's made it sound like we are just starting a new arc or something. So out comes Hijikata to drop the bomb. It was bone-chilling when he begins to recap the aftermath of the war. It wasn't just Takasuki that disappeared that day. Tendo's shoe have also disappeared. No joke, my jaws drop at that moment. It is now said that they may have been revived. It's a theory, but something like this tends to be true, and that's a shock. They connected the dots and know that they were alive in those tubes due to Usuro's blood. If that is true, then that could only mean that Usuro is not dead. What's even stranger is it highly suggested that Takasuki has made a pact with them. After all, we don't know exactly why he has semi-immortal ability now. That explains why the time skip happened and left us wondering what really happened. This is incredibly interesting. If I know Sorochi well, I think this is a smart idea to do a time skip and start or resume the arc. This scenario sounds like it's going to be largely focused on a personal level with Gintoki. It's setting up for a much personal and emotional conclusive manner now. The war arc must be Sorochi's way to say, here, this is how you do a war arc. It's simple, it's not that hard. But I'm not ending it there. It sounds too cliche. How about this? Let's go my way to make part 2 better than yours. And guess what? I love it. Besides, maybe, just maybe, we will finally get the last 2 characters that didn't appear in the war. You know who. So, hooray! Second chance. Also, another second chance, we may have the Jiao 3 versus Usuro. I'm not sure how Kasura being Donald Jerome is gonna get out of that loop. There is another chance for that. The chapter was very interesting, with a revelation that denies this as an epilogue. There's no Kagura here, so the wait on her new design would have to go longer. The artwork is clean and it's great to see more of top-notch choreograph, even if short. The Bickery friends continue to bring out the laughs. Lastly, many new shocking reveals and questions that got me eager to learn more. In other words, we have a lot more to cover. Who said it was ending? It was not me, right? Of course not. Certainly not me. Nope. I did not make a video to report that it is ending. Cannot be me at all. It's not me. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. So it looks like we have a new arc or the second half, which will be a lot longer than we expected. But hey, I'm not complaining. I'm getting more Gintama. Maybe Shonen Jump probably thought, oh crap, we just killed all the gagmongers of Gintama, and that one is ending. Maybe we should give Sorochi more time to get the best ending possible. I don't know if that's true. We're still getting more Gintama. We're going to even get a better ending than we expected. War arc being the last arc? That's old news. Now we're going to have something different. Maybe another war arc, but still, it's going to be different and I cannot wait for more. Share your thoughts in the comment. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.